Hello pumpkin people, long time no see. It has been forever since I've uploaded a video. How the heck are ya? I hope you guys have been doing well. This is actually my first video of 2025. I know that's crazy. I'm not a real YouTuber, I've said that before. And if you've been around, you know I take some time off in the beginning of the year and then I come back to kick us off for fall and for spooky season. So today's video will be no exception. So in honor of halfway to Halloween, which just recently passed, I'm doing a Halloween plan with me kind of video where we talk about my plans for my Halloween 2025 decor, inside, outside. I'm gonna be sharing inspiration photos, wish list items, but I wanted to mention something very special about today's video. I'm actually collaborating with one of my favorite YouTubers, Brittany from the Davis Manor. I've talked about her on my channel before. I lovingly call her the Halloween Queen. I truly believe that she is. She is the queen of Halloween. I mean, her house is always decorated for Halloween. She always is putting out Halloween content year-round. Not only do I love that she's a year-round Halloween person, she is just the kindest, most genuine person. She's so supportive and easy to get along with, but she's just become such a great friend. So Brittany, thank you so much for collaborating with me on today's video. Brittany's video will be linked in the description box down below. Please go check her out, send her lots of love, and let her know that I sent you. And if you're coming over from Brittany's channel, thank you so much for giving me a chance. My name's Kristen. It is always cozy, spooky, or jolly over here. And if that sounds good to you, the pumpkin people and I would love to have you. So without rambling too much more, let's go. So I actually made a sort of mood board collage of some things that really speak to me for Halloween decorating. In this collage, I have some items that I already own, as well as some wish list items that I would love to get for my Halloween decorating this year. I am loving how this collage came together. I think you can probably tell from the photos a few things. One, I really like classic Halloween colors, black and shades of orange, and those kind of more autumnal colors versus the purples and the greens. I really gravitate towards like classic Halloween motifs, like jack-o'-lanterns is my go-to Halloween icon. I tend to gravitate towards a vintage style, and not from any one specific decade or time period, just I like different bits and pieces from different times. So some things that I plan to decorate with that are on the vintage side, I have a small collection of vintage jack-o'-lantern blow mold buckets, like candy buckets. Those are super easy to find. So I love to decorate with those. But this year, a wish list item for me is I'd love to get like a small blow mold, maybe this big or so I can style it on a shelf, just to add a little variety to the candy buckets that I already have. Also very drawn to the paper mache, like lanterns, bucket things. Those are from, I believe, the 20s and 30s, and I do not have any real vintage ones because they're extremely rare and they cost hundreds of dollars, although that is definitely a wish list item for me at some point, is to get an authentic one. But I have vintage replicas. This year I'd like to get one or two more Bethany Lowe like vintage replica paper mache buckets. I'm really interested in this choir boy one because it's the most affordable one that I have found, and I think it has an authentic vintage look to it. I also love to decorate with and plan to decorate more with some vintage items that are not necessarily Halloween, but they give that kind of haunted house or witch's cottage, primitive sort of a vibe. So things like old pointed toe boots. I got a couple of those last year I found at my antique mall, and they really resemble witch boots, of course. So those are fun to decorate with. I also am hoping to find a few more antique portrait photos, and they look like photos that you'd see in an old haunted house. And for the past few years, I have been obsessing over vintage tartan wool blankets, and I've been on the hunt for some. I wanted to show you guys a blanket that I got that I plan to use for Halloween. I actually just got this off of eBay. It is vintage, but it's like a very bright Halloween orange with some brown and some mustard. I think this will be too bright for me to use in my fall decor because I do really earthy colors, but for Halloween, this is going to be perfect. Other things that I plan to incorporate into my Halloween Are you guys seeing like little ghosts flying by my head? I'm not sure if it's like fuzz off of this, but I'm seeing orbs. It's giving Halloween. It's also raining outside and it's dark. That's why the lighting might be a little bit off. I'm using a ring light. It's just kind of the perfect weather to be filming this video, and the orbs flying around me are just adding to the effect. I also love to incorporate in just classic autumnal touches into my Halloween decor. I know some people completely separate the two, or maybe don't even decorate for fall. For me, they're definitely not one and the same, but October has fall leaves. October has pumpkins and gourds. So I like to incorporate that stuff, but I wanted to look unmistakably Halloween at the same time. So you guys know, if you've been around, I love my foliages and like dried elements like corn husk and wheat. So I'll definitely be using some of that. Something that I just recently picked up from the Halfway to Halloween Expo in Ann Arbor, Michigan last weekend is something that I think marries Halloween and fall together perfectly, and I'm obsessed. It is this dried gourd and it's painted black, but I don't know if you guys can see, there is a jack-o'-lantern face in it, and it has just that really natural fall look to it, but that little spooky touch with the carved face. And this is the perfect thing, like I said, to bridge the gap between fall and Halloween. And so I'll be using maybe some other dried gourds and, you know, the leaves and the corn husk and all that stuff as well. Okay, so a specific space that I would like to decorate and share with you guys that I don't typically share with you is our bedroom. So I do decorate it. Usually I just don't show it on camera. The reason why is because it is so tiny. So there's not a lot of room to decorate, and I also think that probably almost everybody has a larger bedroom, so maybe they couldn't get inspiration from mine. But at the same time, I really like the style that I'm going to be decorating it, and I do want to share it with you guys. So let me know if you want to see it, if you'd be interested, because it's a little different than what I typically see here on YouTube. But I would love to do a vintage horror VHS blockbuster kind of theme in there. We sort of did that last year because my husband has been really big recently on collecting vintage horror VHS tapes and DVDs even. So we have a VHS player, a DVD player, and we love to watch old movies in bed. This year, I think I want to run with it. I want to display a lot of our collectible VHS tapes. And I've seen some cool pictures on Pinterest and on social media of kind of a similar vibe, but it's also something that I don't see too often. I think that'll be really fun. And a couple things that my husband picked up from a garage sale that are kind of in the same vein as that are these vintage books. This is actually Stephen King's Pet Sematary. I want to say this is probably like the original version that came out. I don't know, I didn't do a ton of research on it, but it's very old. And I do like to decorate with old books for Halloween, and so I'm adding this to my collection. He also saw this one there. It says Masterpieces of Terror and the Supernatural. The cover just really freaks me out, to be honest. Like, aliens are my biggest fear. I don't know if I've ever mentioned. These are maybe not aliens. They kind of look like aliens because they're in the sky, but I think they're just kind of skeletons. So this will be fun to decorate with. Sorry if I changed positions. I forgot about one other book that we got. And this I actually ordered off of Amazon. If I can link this, I will. It is this book called Halloween, The Official Making of Halloween, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends. And this is just all about the behind the scenes for making the Halloween movies. And this book is just so cool. The interior is all these jack-o'-lanterns, which I love. And this is what the hardcover looks like, and the spine looks like that. This is a great coffee table book that I honestly have been leaving out year-round. It's a good conversation piece, but just to show you like quickly, there are some really nice, big, clear photos in here. It's just a really nice quality book. So that's another thing that we've recently picked up. And I think that's about it for the things that I've purchased for my inside decor so far. Let's talk about outside, because that's a whole beast in itself. I'll try to insert a clip of what our outdoor display looked like as of last year, we do it really big. We have a lot of like the tall 12-foot things and oversized stuff. Last year we actually were in our local newspaper for the skeleton on our roof. One thing we're definitely doing, and we did a little bit of it last year, and I wish I could remember the name of the account that I got this idea from, but I saw this other home and they had foam jack-o'-lanterns hanging off of shepherd's hooks and then lit up. So at night they look like floating pumpkins. And we did some of that last year. It was really cool. This year we have been collecting tons of carvable pumpkins. We're gonna carve them into jack-o'-lanterns, and we're gonna do a lot of that throughout our yards. But I have so many more Halloween plans, like places I wanna go, things I wanna do, but this video is getting so long. So I'm hoping this year that I will vlog a lot more, the different things that I do for Halloween and during the fall as well. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this video. I have a lot more fall and Halloween content to come. It feels good to be back and I'm excited. So if you are too, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, my pumpkin people. I love you, and I will catch you in a future video. Bye now.